Guys, so if you're trying to improve your game, today's video is going to help you out in a big way. This drill is going to give you a really strong feeling of exactly where you need to be when you're hitting the golf ball. Let's get stuck into it. Downswing, we have to manage a few things. One of them is rotation. Another one is moving enough weight towards the lead side, and we have to match up our hands and arms. And it's an area that lots of golfers get wrong. And one of the reasons why they get wrong is because they get the rotation wrong. And when they get the rotation wrong, they get stuck. And when you get stuck, your hands and arms have to start taking over, and that's why you end up looking quite scoopy. So this drill is going to give you a really strong feeling of exactly what you're trying to do. Break it down first into isolation. Okay, so place the alignment stick through your belt loops, take a good rotation, and then in the downswing, what you need to make sure, can you see the way that I'm going to rotate? So I'm going to move my pelvis towards the target where I'm going and my chest, but can you also see the way I'm making sure that the alignment stick is going down and around? Okay, down and around and through. Now, the reason why it's so important is because let me show you, like if I move horizontally like this. Okay, now what happens is I end up moving horizontally, so much weight ends up on the hip joint that I can't keep turning and I get stuck and I get like back pain at this sort of stage. So this would be a good example of somebody who does this and then throws. Okay, whilst if I move down like so, down and around, see how easy it is to face the target with my rotation. Okay, now one of the things that I talked about recently on the channel is hands and arms. Okay, and basically meaning that if you can kind of get better rotation, you basically have to use your hands and arms less to square the club face. So if you can move down and around, then you're going to be facing pretty much towards the target, so you don't have to use your hands and arms quite as much. If you're somebody who kind of gets stuck and moves too much this way, then you're going to have to use your hands and arms way more. So first of all, practice this. Make sure that alignment stick is moving down and around, and you'll be surprised how much your upper body has to move as well to help you out. But actually, you'll also be surprised how easy it is to trigger enough rotation to be facing towards the target. Now, if you can do that, what you also have to do is you have to make sure, because your body will never have produced that amount of rotation, and you'll be surprised how easy it is, but you'll be surprised how much rotation you'll have, and you will need to make sure now that we don't swing over the top, because that'll be the comment that lots of you will kind of get. You'll kind of go, well, look, I'm working on this rotation, but I just feel like I'm swinging over the top. Well, if you're somebody who gets stuck and your hands and arms get pulled down like so, well, of course, if I take this same arm position and I do this, see where I'm at. And this is why you need to make sure that as you're working on this, you've got to try and keep the feeling that your forearm is pointing up towards the sky while staying in contact with this alignment stick. Okay, so if I show you that now from face on, I swing up, I go down and around, okay, and then I can see the way that my forearm is on the alignment stick as I come in towards this impact position like so. Okay, and this is just me getting a good blend of making sure I'm rotating so this moves enough, and then also if I kind of get in the habit of pulling down, can you see the way it's not in contact? If I do this, can you see the way it is in contact? And if you can't quite get to the back of the golf ball, which I'm sure you can, then do as much as you feel like you are able to. You know, I'm not naive, and one of the things I'm going to be talking about on the channel very soon is some great exercises for everybody, whether you're a senior golfer, trying to improve your range of motion, whether you're somebody who has just a history of problems, you're going to love some of the content that's coming out to the channel. But like I say to all my students, you know, it's not about trying to mimic a pro. That's what I mean about the naivety. It's not that. It's about you moving to where you're capable of. But what tends to happen with most students I meet is they don't understand how to move. And if you don't move down and around, then that's the trick. If you move like this, you're just going to feel like, oh, I can't turn, it causes too much pain. That's why. So get that alignment stick moving down and around, get that forearm staying in contact with that alignment stick. That's a really good indication of a shallowing feeling. It'll work wonders for you. I'll see you soon.